Advocate Prashant Ajmera of Ajmera Law Group invites you to explore international premium properties and global immigration programs. At the IREX International Real Estate Expo and Residency and Citizenship Conclave on 27th and 28th September 2019 at the Ashoka Convention Center, Ashoka Hotel, Chanakyapuri, New Delhi. Advocate Ajmera will be sharing his views on why Indian HNIs should consider residency and citizenship by investment. Prashant Ajmera, an Indian advocate, is the founder of Ajmera Law Group.
My name is Prashant Ajmera. I'm a Canadian citizen since last 25 years. By profession, I'm a lawyer and NRI since last 30 years. I lived 6 years in India. Also, I have recently published a book, Millionaires on the Move, which gives an information about the all different programs of the business and residency and citizenship by investment. What I have been asked specifically to talk about is why you want to look at the residency and citizenship program. So give you an example of what is this? Swiss knife, okay? Well, it says Swiss knife. So when you look at the Swiss knife and you look at the different tools, what it becomes? It's a multi-tool. So similarly, the residency and citizenship program is not about running away from India and doing something, but it gives you a lot of options and a lot of things you can do it. And that's what I'm going to explain to you about this one. And after that, I'm going to show you briefly the Canadian business program. Why the residency and citizenship by investment? And in that one, the first one is for every one of you. It's the children's future. Business expansion. You want to do a business expansion. Third one is NRI status. Fourth one is quality of life. Now, why you want to look at the children's education, first of all? Like, when you have a young children, most of the parents now who are here in the room and also who are visiting this expo are coming to us at the point in time where the children are in the 12th standards or they've done a bachelor's degree. They are running late. Because one of the biggest advantage which you can take because of the residency and citizenship program is the reduction in tuition fees. Do you know that if you already have the residency of Canada, then your children can have the reductions of the fees by 80%. My 3 children are right now studying in 3 different universities. Their total fees is not $10,000 for a 3. One is in a master's, the other one is in a bachelor's degree, and the third one is in the first year. So that's the biggest advantage that you have it, but for that, you have to plan early. You have to think about getting a residencies when they are young. Then you can have more options available. The second one is about the expansion of the business. Why you want to look at the expansion of the business and how? When you go for your business expansions, import and export is being done, and Delhi is a hub for that. But what happens is the most of the time that if you are doing a business in North America, when you are doing a business in Europe and other countries, the Chinese, Taiwanese, Korean businessmen are already there in that country, having a residency of that country. They have their warehouse there, they have a company there, and they are doing a business in a local business. In compared to them, when you will have a chance against the Chinese businessmen when you are exporting from India. So you want to look at the residency and citizenship just not running away from India, but for your expansion of a business. Once you have the residency of that country in particular areas or cities, then you can have your complete full-fledged business. So that's why you have a residency and citizenship. Second one is an NRI status. The third one is quality of life. We have many clients looking into it, that when we retire, where do we want to do it? So people are looking at the residency and citizenship to retire in European countries, in Caribbean countries. The diversification of portfolio. Generally, we are very interested in always investing into the real estate in India. But go out and look at it, the various real estate market in other countries, like Canada, like UK, Australia. There the real estate market is really booming. So why don't want to make an investment not only in India, but into the other countries and other places, where you can take an advantage of the not only the real estate benefit, but also you can take an advantage of the profit which gives you from there. Do you know that right now the real estate market in New Zealand is booming so much that they have stopped the foreign investors to make an investment into real estate? In Toronto and in Vancouver, the real estate market is so booming that as a foreigner now, if you want to buy an apartment in Toronto, you have to pay 15% extra tax to stop. That's the kind of a market we have it. But unfortunately, most of the businessmen in India do not want to come out from Delhi and Gurgaon. So it is a high time that as a businessman, we try to look at the residency and citizenship program, not like a Mr. Choksi and Modi who is running away from that one, but seriously we want to look at it, that how the residency and citizenship can help us in doing a business in a foreign country. How we can have a quality of life. And it's not question of running away from your home country, sir. All of you who are in this room, and more people are here coming into the room, didn't you move from a small village to Delhi for a better business opportunity, for a better job, for a better expansion of a business? So why you are looking at the residency, that if person is obtaining a residency in another part of the country, oh, he is running away from the law? That media has created that negative hype. But that has to go. It is for an expansion of a business. And why this country wants the businessman? The reason they want a businessman is for a very specific reason, so they can have a bilateral business between the two countries. For how long we are going to keep telling that come and invest in India, keep investing in India, which is a good idea. But at the same time, the Indian businessman has to go out and do business in a foreign country. If as an economy we want to grow, and it can only grow when we have a residency or a citizenship of another country. And that's how we have to look at the whole residency and citizenship program. Family reunion, the tax planning. We are not talking about tax evasions, we are talking about a tax planning. If you have a business, and if you are doing a business, you can establish your company in a Cyprus, which is known as a Cyprus fund, and through that you can do a business with the whole Europe. And it's legally allowed because there is an agreement between the Cyprus and Indian government. For each country, this kind of advantages are there. You have to look into more detail. Unfortunately, at the moment in India, we do not have that many chartered accountants or professionals who can give an advice. So residency and citizenship program is not just about leaving the country, but it's about opening the doors for so many other things what you can do. Visa-free travels, I'm sure that you've gone to every exhibitor who is here in the hall, and they have all talked about the visa-free travels. So for a savvy businessman, it could be a handy tool as well to visa-free travel. International real estates, I already mentioned about it. And a retirement. We have a client right now, they want to make an investment into Caribbean and European countries and say for a certain period of time, we want to live in that country. Generally, I give this tagline to whenever I speak, that it used to be a case where people living in Bombay, they would like to have their properties in Lonavala, but it's no more a Lonavala, they want to have a property now in London. It's no more about the Mahabaleshwar and Mathiran, they would like to have their property in Madrid. And that's where we are going. If we look at the RBI data of the last year, almost 13 billion US dollar we invested out of India. 13 billion, and it's just going to increase more and more. So that's how the residency and citizenship is connected to all these different tools or different things you can do it when it is residency and citizenship by investment. And that's how you have to look at it, each program and how it can help you for doing a business. I'm sure that there are a lot of people are here looking at the Caribbeans. Why we want to take a residency and citizenship in the Caribbean? Well, I mean, a lot of panelists talked about it, and I'll just reiterate it very briefly. If you are in a Caribbean countries, it's a visa-free travel. Okay, good. But also it gives you a passport within the 3 months. And you can have your company, no tax being paid. And the most important part, if you obtain the citizenship of Grenada, which can be on only in 3 years' time, your children can study in a medical college in Grenada with the 90% reduction in the fees. And also, you can obtain the E2 visa of United States for doing a business in USA. If you obtain the residency visa of Turkey, or citizenship of Turkey, you can do a business in United Kingdom. So that's the way to go. So every country has its own pros and cons, how you look at it and what you are looking at it. And that's how you have to look at it for every type of visas, that what are our objective, what is our background, what is our business backgrounds. Based on that one, we want to see that which country could be suitable for us. Now it comes the most favorite country, business immigration to Canada. Right? Everybody is here for most of them? Yes, no? Ki thak gaye chal chal ke? Okay, so as I mentioned in the morning, I'm just going to repeat it here. We have 4 programs in Canada. Investors, entrepreneurs, startup visa, and owners operated business. What is the requirement? Who offers it? So the investment program is offered by the Government of Canada. Entrepreneur programs is offered by all the provinces. The startup program is offered by the Government of Canada, which is the federal government, and owner operated business is also offered by the federal government. What is the net assets? What do I mean by that? What is your property or an assets in your name and in your wife's name in the home country? That means in India. So for the investment program, you need a 2 million. Entrepreneur program, you need a 600,000, which is about a 3 CR. Federal programs, there is no need. Under the startup program, you don't need an assets. And under the owners operated business programs, you don't need an assets. Investment. How much investment you need to make? $1.2 million investment into a government bond. Under the entrepreneur programs, the minimum requirement is 100,000 right up to the 300, 400,000, depending on your business size and size of business you want to establish. Startup visa, there is no need for an investment. And also under the owner operated business, you have to make an investment approximately about 200,000 or 1 CR. Loan. Is there a loan available? Yes. Under the investment program, 100% loan is available for the investment which you want to make. Under the entrepreneurs programs, you should have your own fund. Loan is not available. In startup program, there is no need for any kind of an investment. Owner operated business, yes, you have to have your loan is available. IELTS score, which generally everybody is asking questions. Under the investment program, there is no need for an IELTS. Under the entrepreneur programs, preferably if you have a 4 or 5 band, it would be a good and you will qualify for the business immigration. Under all the provinces, if you do not have an IELTS, probably you will be restricted to 1 or 2 provinces. Startup visa, you need a 5 band. Owner operated business, you need a 6 band in each with IELTS score in general IELTS in each one. Age. Under the entrepreneur programs or in investment programs, age is not a criteria as such, but we like to see the businessman who is under the age of 60 or 55, preferably. Education, under the investment program, again, there is no need. Entrepreneur programs, 12th. Under the startup, you do not need any educations. Owner-operated business, you need a 5 band. Business plan. Because you are not starting any business, under the investment program, you don't need a business plan. Entrepreneur programs, startup programs, and owner-operated business, you need to have a business plan. That's a mistypo actually, it must be there. So all these three requires a detailed business plan. Processing time. The investment program Quebec, why it's a 4 or 5 years of investment? The reason is very simple. It's a 32 years old program. Not a single person has lost the money till date. And the waiting period is so big, and that's why the processing is taking 4 or 5 years. But if you have a children young, under the age of 12 or something, then you go for an entrepreneur investment program. By the time your children are ready to go to an university, you will have a residency of Canada, and your fees would be reduced by 80 to 90%. And that's the biggest advantage you do it. Unfortunately, most of the parents are looking into the study abroad only at a point in time when their child has passed the 12th standard. It's too late. Start planning for your child for an education, and if you want to do it, as early as possible. Earlier you start, earlier you do it, you will have more options available. And the amount of money you can save in an education and you can save into the education fees is unbelievable. In USA, in Canada, in Australia, in New Zealand, in European countries, everywhere, you save a big amount of money for these children's educations. And that's why you have to start as early as possible. Source of funds. You need to show all your assets. Unlike the EB5, you would like to show the assets, all assets, under the Investor and Entrepreneur program, whereas a startup and owner-operated business, you don't need to show your assets. Business trip is not necessary in investment program, but under the entrepreneur and startup and owner-operated business, if you can make a trip, it would be good. Under the investment program, there is no need to start a business, but when it comes to any legal business, you can do it related to your business in a home country. Under the startup program, it has to be a new business idea, particularly for an IT company, for a company which is involved into some kind of an innovations, and then you can go under the startup visa. Owner-operated business, any kind of a business, you can do it in which you are working as a manager. Business experience between 2 to 3 years. So this gives you the basically quick snapshots about the business immigration to Canada. So thank you very much, guys. This is all about. If you are further interested, you can go to our website, ajmeralaw.com. Also in the morning, I mentioned about there is a book available. If you want to know about all the programs, which is a Millionaires on the Move. On Amazon.in, this book is available. Our stall is outside. We are giving away 25 books tomorrow in the evening. If you leave your business card, we will take out the 25 raffles and give away these 25 books. So if you haven't dropped your business card in our fish bowl, you can do that one, and tomorrow we'll give away 25 books. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.